Isaiah, you ever heard of this? You've seen this going around on TikTok? The shut up ring.
I haven't seen this.
The shut up ring is what women are referring to as basically an engagement ring that you would get as your what would be new fiance's way of saying shut up about getting married. It's supposed to be a red flag. And what makes something a shut up ring is that typically it's what would be on the cheaper end, because instead of having one big gemstone, it's a composite ring, basically. A bunch of little tiny diamonds make up what kind of appears as a bigger diamond, what would be the centerpiece, but it's really a bunch of tiny diamonds, and so it's much cheaper. Therefore, maybe they're not making the true investment monetary-wise, signifying they don't believe in the relationship. They just want you. But it's, maybe you as the woman presented a ultimatum: get me a ring or it's over. And so the guy gets the ring, but it's a shut up ring.
Interesting thought process.
Yeah.
I don't know if the size of the ring has anything to do with it being a shut up ring or not.
Yeah.
Because I think, I would rather commit myself to paying a lot of money for a ring than completely just getting married to someone. Because getting out of that versus getting out of spending a lot of money is a lot harder to do. So I would say the ring size, I don't know if that has as much to do with it being a shut up ring, because the commitment's still the same. You're still getting married either way. So then being like, maybe this won't work, but I'll get married anyway. I'll just get her a small ring. That's not really how that goes in my mind.
Yeah.
I would say the scarier part would be the commitment. But at the same time, if they are really pestering them about getting married, that could happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the anecdotal evidence is clear. Lots of women have shared their stories about how this ring they should have seen the signs that it was the beginning of the end, that it showed that the boyfriend, soon to be husband, was not invested the same way that she might have been. However, I don't know if it's such a conscious decision, I don't know if it's the guy going, fine, I'll throw a few $100, because literally some of them are really that cheap. I'll throw a few $100 at the engagement ring. She'll shut up about it. And, we'll just figure things out from there. I don't know if it's that. Maybe sometimes maybe they have a lower budget and they get kind of talked into it, even though it's probably not what most women actually want. They get talked into by some shifty salesman that this is just as good as getting a real, one with one big gemstone. Just get the composite and you'll save a bunch of money. And she'll be so happy. Which is still a bad sign if you could get talked into that. To me.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I'm not saying is that a bad sign. I'm saying this is going to be yet again controversial. Does it really matter? Does the ring really matter? Has to be like a $10,000 ring?
I mean, the truth is
it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but let's be real, Isaiah. Let's be real.
In my mind, she's carrying around a fake Louis Vuitton bag anyway. Why do you care so much if your ring's fake?
Yeah.
You're willing to wear that every day when you're spending money on it, but all of a sudden they want to spend $10K on it. It sounds crazy to me, but at the same time, it's a big deal, so I understand why it would be.
Yeah,
but
you're not carrying the Louis Vuitton fake bag around for the rest of your life.
I don't think
showing it off on Instagram.
I don't think that the lower priced ring, maybe that's just his budget. It doesn't mean that he's not just as committed.
Yeah.
It might just be his budget if you want to get married.
It is true. If people could have a man could have the very same mindset and spend a lot of money on a ring, if he just has enough money to do that. And so any ring could be a shut up ring, but I think this one, I think it's fair to say though, it's we're not going to dispute. It's more likely that this is a shut up ring.
Yeah, then if they spend $10K, I agree.
Yeah, if you're spending a couple $100 on an engagement ring, at the end of the day, you know what? Unless you're really down and out, and then maybe you just need to take some time to save anyways. Unless you're down and out, maybe the shut up ring just isn't the right way to go. The
Maybe it's
composite ring.
not.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think the shut up ring's ever the way to go, actually.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.